Yeah, we're late. We're late. Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh, we're late this morning. No, get out of there. Get out of there. Get. He gets so excited. Hi, everyone. Okay. Yeah. You want to say hello, too? I know. That's our teddy bear saying hello to you this morning. Benji's around here somewhere. Hi, everyone. Sorry to be a couple minutes late or 1 minute late. It's not my style. Good morning, Shelly. Yeah, we got snow last night. Hi, Susan. Hi, Lisa and Leilani. How are you? Yep, we got a little bit of snow. I'd say it was about 3 or 4 inches. They said it was just going to be flurries, but it looks real pretty out there. And there's I don't think they canceled school. What is today? Wednesday? Oh, Wednesday's their hybrid day. I think everybody stays home on Wednesday. So the kids didn't get a snow day. Not that they would have, because most of the schools were just, if any were closed, it was like a delay. So boo, no real snow days left with this hybrid learning stuff. But that's okay. It's quiet on the street. And we are here for Cricut Chat. You don't need to hear me talking all about my weather forecast over here, but I'm glad that you're here to do that. Hey, guess what? Today we are going to be making a banner. And guess what? It's one of a couple of banners that we're gonna make. Look at this one. This one's a Cupid one that I put together that says LOVE with these 2 Cupids on it. I originally did this in felt. Hi, Penny. I originally did this in felt from a felt banner that I got at Target. But I haven't been to Target lately to see if they had it. Excuse me. But it was one of these things that I developed after I bought the felt banner at Target. And it only had, I think it was 6 of these banners. So I was like, what can I do there? And it was red. So I decided to come up with this love and then put the Cupids on either side. So I really like these Cupids. I put this together. This is my own file, but it's made from all images from Cricut Access. So I'm going to show you where I got them from and how to put it together. And also how to work with this stuff, which you don't have to use, but if you have it, it's really kind of cool. I think we may have gotten something of this nature in a mystery box. This is textured. It's like a gold leaf sort of thing, this one. This is textured metallic vinyl. It's quite thick. Here is that tunneling that we were talking about on Monday with the holographic. So I'm going to show you how to get that to lay smooth on your mat. And then so we can cut it out. And believe it or not, I did not need to use transfer paper or transfer tape to put this on my banner because the images are so big and this is pretty thick stuff. So it's just, you do need to have a steady hand and a keen eye. Anyway, so let's see. I want to say hello to everybody. Hello. My name is Rita. This is my channel, Miss Rita to the Rescue. If you are watching this live, thank you very much. But I also want to remind you that a lot of people watch these on the replay on YouTube. So if you aren't already subscribing to my channel, my YouTube channel, it can be found by searching Miss Rita to the Rescue And also, yeah, Miss Rita to Rescue. So subscribe. There's also this is the last week for a giveaway that we're doing for an EasyPress Mini. So get your name in. There's only like 300 people's names in there. And so your chances are very good to win this prize. And if it goes well, we will continue to hold this prize as well. Let's see. We have prizes that go every month, and we did pick a few. I think I need to hear from one other person, but I'm going to just double check. But if your name was called for the prize on Saturday night, it's a $50 prize, and it's Cricut materials, but it's to be determined based on stock. Usually I tell you what it's going to be, but this month I wanted to be careful about stock and everything. So we do that every month here. We have a lot of fun. Also, if you're new to the chat, make sure you say hello. All of these people here that are on the chat are so pleasant and so helpful. They really love making friends, and we follow up with these videos with a Facebook group. It's called Miss Rita to the Rescue Community Group. And if you're not part of it, we welcome you to be part of it. We also have a couple of other pretty fun groups, including Cricut Newbies and Pros, which is for Explore and Maker. Then we also have In the Kitchen with Miss Rita. And what's the other one? Oh, Just Cricut Joy. How do you become a top fan? You become a top fan. This is not something I control, but to become a top fan, apparently Facebook assigns it to you if you interact with the channel a lot. So if you share things, if you share, even if it's a post or a video, if you like it a lot, if you tell somebody about it, that sort of thing is how you get to be a top fan. And that changes on a regular basis. And also, when you're picked as a top fan by Facebook, you have to agree to be a top fan. They give you this like thing. Do you want to have a badge? If you say yes, then it will show you as a top fan. Okay. Just talk a lot. Yeah, just talk a lot. So, okay, let's talk about, hi everyone. Hi. Oh yes, yesterday, we're in the middle of winter, and I live in New England, just north of Boston. So I am a soup and bread girl. I love soup and bread all winter long. So yesterday I decided I wanted some of that Panera broccoli cheese soup, and I just decided, I'm just gonna make it up, and I did, and it was really good. It was really, really good. And I'd say it was probably really close, except I put mushrooms in it because I like mushrooms and I had some left over. So aside from the mushrooms, I think it was pretty spot on. So if you are interested in that recipe, you don't have to put mushrooms in it, Emmy. You can put celery. I forgot because I didn't have any celery, so I didn't put any in there. Oh, yes. Italian sausage tortellini soup. Oh, my God. That's my favorite, too. My favorite is Italian sausage with the hot sausage, and it has so many vegetables. And, yeah, it's probably not because of the tortellini in there. It probably is not a Weight Watcher special, but it is, if you like this broccoli and cheese soup, you're going to love this soup. Anyway, so let's get on because I'm seeing a couple of angry faces, so maybe we're talking about food too much. Oh, well. So I'm sorry, I don't mean to make you hungry, but boy, I just love soup. Anyway, so this is a project that I developed because I got a felt banner at one of those Target Dollar dollar stop things. And it was like a buck, and it was made out of felt, a really thick felt, and it was already strung. And it had 6 banners, 6 of the pieces of the banner. So I said, okay, what am I going to do with this? And I came home and I found that this metallic, and even though it was felt, is, I said, I'm going to use, I could have used iron-on, but I decided to use this vinyl. This is called textured metallic vinyl. It comes in all kinds of metallic colors. This one happens to be gold, but I also have, this is copper. And I think this is supposed to be bronze and steel or something, but they're metallic and they're textured, and they have like a filigree on them that I think is sort of, I'm trying to think. It just says premium vinyl textured metallic. Whoops. I think the guy's out there doing the snow blowing. So, yep, there's copper. And so there's all different colors. I fancy the gold. And since I had it open anyway, I figured I would use the gold. But there's copper and there's all different colors. So, this cuts out pretty well, except that it's really thick and it's prone to something called tunneling, which we sort of talked about on Monday. This is tunneling. I didn't really get a good view of it. So it's basically when the vinyl lifts from the back of the backing, and so when you put it on to the mat, it has this like this sort of tunnel or this lump or bump or something like that. So I'm going to show you how to cut. Hey, get out of there. Boop. Get out, get out, get out. Something also these things are good for is to boop some snoots. Hey, get out of there. Get. He's mad at me. Yeah, well, you can't be in my stash. Okay, so recreating this, since I didn't have the banner from Target, I went and found some banners that I liked from Design Space. So this becomes a project that I put together, and I am going to give you this file when I am done with this. You'll find it in the description of the video, whether it is on YouTube or also on the Miss Rita to the Rescue channel. Okay, so just to kind of give you an idea of where I got these images, if you look on the description of when you get the file, you'll see, this is one thing I want to point out. Can this be done on the Joy? Absolutely can be done on the Joy. Absolutely. So when you get somebody else's file, so this is my file, I'm going to give it to you. When you get somebody else's file and you open it up, you can go to up here where it has the name. And mine is called Cricut Access Challenge Golden Cupid Love Banner. Oh man, that's so wordy. I don't know. That was back a couple of years ago. I mean, I had to put a super long name, but whatever. That's the name of it. But the thing is, when you look at it, the thing that I look for is the images and the fonts used in this project. So if you will see down here, those LOVE letters come from this grouping called Valentine's Day. Our Cupid angels come from Cupid silhouettes. Then I also used some circles to put on the top of the Scholar's edge pennant, and that just comes from basic shapes. And then I got from Pretty Pennants, I got this pennant. You know what I mean? The banner. So, but it came in without the holes, so I had to create the holes using that circle, and I can show you kind of how to do that. But so what's really interesting is when you get somebody else's file like this, or any file really, like if you get it from projects, is that you can go and look at the images from which this was taken. So, and so this one here is where I got the LOVE, love letters, which come in attached. So I detached them. But you might find some kind of fun things. This is probably where I got the idea for the Cupids, but it seems that I got the Cupid from a different category. I also want to show you this. This is Pretty Pennant. First of all, I got to tell you, I love banners. I have an obsession with banners. So I am going to be showing you 3 Valentine's banners. One is made in the tradition of papel picado, which is a Mexican paper punch thing. So we're going to do that. But I love banners, and I have another one that's Galentine's Day for anybody who's Leslie Knope Parks and Recreation fan. So that's a banner. So this is a place that I come to a lot. It's called Pretty Pennants. I can't say the word, but here are all these really lovely pennants. I can't say that word. And there's some really nice ones, including Christmas and winter and some folk art ones. And if I could, I would have pennants all hanging all around my house. I've done this one here with the birthday. It's really adorable. So that's about where these come from. Okay. Now, what I had to do when I was creating this was when I pulled in this. Oh, goodness gracious. They are so loud today. All right, you guys, come over here. So when I had to do this, I needed to create these holes. Let me ungroup it. So here, this is the way that this goes together. It has this back piece, this overlay piece, and then here's our vinyl that goes on top, and it is vinyl. These are paper. But when they came in from Pretty Pennants, they only had, they did not have these holes in there. So I wanted to, remember last time when I just used my hole punch and you guys said, why didn't you use your Cricut? And I said, oh, I don't know. Wait, where are you going with that? Oh, they are such rascals today. So you guys said, why didn't you use your Cricut? So I wanted to make sure I used my Cricut to make this. And I'm going to just show you real quick how to do it. So let's go back to images and we'll go to that Pretty Pennants because I believe, yep. Pretty Pennants. I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but okay. So Pretty Pennants. And let's just grab anything like this, okay? So if you bring it in, here it is. You notice it's a beautiful little pennant. This one's shaped kind of like a chevron-y kind of a thing. When you can change the sides, and it's 2 layers, which is nice. I like that for my pennants, and then they don't like flap around in the breeze. But they don't have these holes in them. Now, because it has 2 layers, you're going to have to put holes in both layers. And this is not so easy, and maybe why I kind of wimped out with using my my hole puncher before. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to ungroup. Oh no, this one you're not going to have to do the 2 holes. Let's go get a different one. Hold on. I want one that's going to show here. This is the one that we used. Okay. Come on. All right. So here it is. And if you ungroup it, you will see that it's 2 layers. Now, each of these layers have to have holes punched through, right? So we're going to add a shape. We'll add a circle. And we have to make it smaller. I think I made mine, I don't know, 0.3. Maybe it was 0.4. I don't know. All right, so then we're going to take our hole. It's not really a hole yet. We're going to take our circle and we're going to place it. I think it's a little too big. Okay, so we're going to place it up where you think it should go, right? And then we're going to select both the circle and the banner. And we are going to slice. Slice is down here on the bottom. And as we've talked about before, slicing is kind of like doing cookie cutters when you're cutting through the dough. So you have like leftover. So here is our banner that has the hole, and then you'll find there's our original circle, and there is the one we just sliced out. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. Try to line it up, and if it helps you can like you put the circle on the line if it makes it easier, like that. I'm sure somebody has an easier trick for that. But so then you slice it a second time, and now you have a banner that has 2 holes in it. But what do you do about this edge of the banner? Because you need the holes there, right? Well, this is when I take my little circle and I put it over that pink part, and then I move this one and I do the slice again. Boom, here's my hole. And I'm keeping the same circle so I don't have to worry about size. And I'm going to do that same thing again, where I take my circle and place it right where the other circle is. What are you doing, bud? Put it where the other circle is, like that. And wait a second, I didn't put it right exactly where I needed it. Okay, hold on. All right, so here's my circle. I think I need to arrange it to the front. Yeah. So I have my circle, place it there, remove the pink, and then slice this piece. And now I have banners that have holes in them. So there we go, like that. All right, that's the gist of slicing. And if you're wondering why you can't do both holes at once, it's because you can only slice 2 layers at a time. And if you had 2 dots on top of the banner, that would be considered 3 layers. So that's why you have to do it one at a time. And then I just took my images on group. I took my little Cupids and I made sure that they were sized appropriately. And this is slightly different, but I leave this part here empty. And then I sort of make sure it's centered inside of that, and that's how you do it. So that is how you cut holes in banners, okay? And so let's go ahead and cut this graphic or this image. I ungrouped almost all of this, so I'm going to regroup it just so you can see. This one's done, this one. So it's this pretty love thing, and then stay there. Everyone's all, okay, group. Okay, group. Okay, so LOVE with one Cupid facing to the left and then the other Cupid facing to the right. And then we're going to cut these out. And actually, I already cut out the fronts and the backs of the banners. You can use patterned paper if you want. I used white for the back for this one and red for the front for this one. But my original one that I showed you this morning, I used some paper that I had. It's so old, this paper. It was from like years ago. Like 8 years ago that I had, and I'm like, I got to use this paper. So I used that, but then I didn't have any more because I used it. So to make my second one, I needed to use plain white paper. So let's go ahead and make this. and you'll see that this is a big banner. If you want to make it smaller, I usually make each individual piece of the banner about 5 or 6 inches. And so what that means is you can get 2 for one 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of paper. And I'll answer that in a second, Deborah. And so you can cut these out with 3 pieces of white cardstock. But then when you get to the red, if you want to use 8.5 by 11, what you'll have to do is move this third one down here. And you can do that by clicking on those triple dots, and you can do move object. And instead of going to an existing mat, you can choose the plus sign, new mat. Okay, and you choose the color, which is red. So now it appears on its own mat, and you can sort of move it around. The other thing that you could do when you're in this preview page is you can change your material size to 8.5 by 11, and then it will not squish, but unfortunately it will squish. It will only put 1 on there, which this is a little bit difficult because the 2 would fit. And so I guess what I want to do is change it back to 12 by 12 and just move this object to new. It creates a new mat, and then we're going to put this over here, right? And then on the second one, we're going to do the same thing, move the object, but instead we're going to put it on our new mat and move these over. This way, if you have 8.5 by 11 inch paper, you can cut on 8.5 by 11 inch paper. That's why I did that. So see, there's an extra mat in here. Now this is what we're going to be cutting actually, but this is the stuff that we're going to cut that textured metallic from. It doesn't really matter that it's not in order, but if you want it to be in order, you'll have to weld it together. But honestly, it doesn't matter because we're cutting them out and putting on individual banners. So that's why we didn't go through the process of welding or attaching it, okay? So let's go ahead and hit continue. And we are going to just cut out the textured metallic today. Textured metallic is a vinyl. So you're going to go to all categories or all materials right here. Browse all materials unless you have it saved as a favorite. You're going to go to browse all materials, and you can either use the scrolling feature or the drop down box. So I'm dropping down. It's a vinyl. So and there are a lot of vinyls, so be careful about choosing them. And you can actually find textured metallic. That's what we're cutting today. Okay, textured metallic. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to move you because I want to show you about this tunneling bit. But I'm going to put this on my mat. Let me just make a little room here. And I'm going to move you. All right. Oh, that's my pleasure. Thanks, Susan. Thank you for noticing. Okay. So I got my my mat here, and I'm going to put my vinyl on it. And I'm just going to put it on like this. Actually, I'm going to get it a little closer to the top. Hello, Rita. A little closer to the top. Okay, here we go. The fact that it's not on that line is not such a big deal. What I want to show you is this part. So see, this is tunneling that I was telling you about. Now, there are a couple of ways of dealing with tunneling. You can use something like this and sort of just gently push out that tunnel thing like this. Sometimes that doesn't work though. So what you can do is lift up that vinyl off of the backing like this. See that? and then using your scraper or something like that, push it down, and it takes away the tunneling. I think doing this really will make your project easier to cut and also will be more precise. Okay? So that's how you get rid of tunneling. And here I think I have something underneath the mat. Shouldn't cause too many problems, but yeah. It's like the Princess and the Pea. Anybody remember that? Princess and the Pea? Banji, I don't know. You're a little bit bratty today. Keep coming back for more stuff. I put a bunch of stuff on the floor, and that was a mistake. Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to run this through the machine so that it will cut, because I need that for my vinyl. And then I'm going to show you how to put it together. Okay. So let's do that. I'm going to just do more. There's nothing super fantastically educational about watching it cut, except that the leftover is kind of leaning over the edge, and that's fine, but it just makes a lot of noises. Okay, so we have our two pieces of our banner. Hold on. Hey, stop that. I need that ribbon. He loves ribbon. Okay, so we're going to take our two pieces of our banner and we're going to match them up, and you can glue them. Super simple. And not using a ton of glue, but we're just going to put them together like this. You don't really have to glue these if you don't want to, but I like the way the finished look looks together, because you have the holes, right? And you're going to be stringing it up. And I'm using today this stuff, which is kind of like a woolen twine, and it's red, and I bought it from Michael's for Christmas, and I got it on sale. Of course I got it on sale. And so that's what I'm using. You can use baker's twine, you can use jute or hemp or anything like that, or even just kitchen twine or regular old twine, which makes it look really rustic too. So it's just kind of cool. So I'm just going through and taking all 6 of my banners and gluing them together, and I'm waiting for my cutout to happen. And I think I'm almost done cutting out, which is cool. All right. Whoop. Careful with the glue. Hey, if you guys are looking for glue, if you're new and you've never purchased glue before, you can use any glue with paper projects. However, I do like this glue, and I've noticed that they are actually doing a lot of advertising lately on Facebook. It's called Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. If you're looking to buy it, I do have a link now to go to Amazon to purchase it, and I am an affiliate, so it will give me a little bit of, like, a small amount of money if you buy it through my link. And you don't have to. It doesn't affect you in any way. Like, it doesn't affect the cost of the cost of your order or anything like that. Okay. So here's our cutout. I know it's a little difficult to see it. So here is where is extra. So I'm going to cut this part off. Just make it easier to see what we're doing. Okay. So as I mentioned, this stuff is pretty thick, and I don't know if you can see it, but here are there's one Cupid, there's a second Cupid, OVE, and what you can do is you can take your weeding tool and go in. Each of the letters has like these cute little hearts, which I have placed all over because I think they're adorable, and so you can put them all over or you can throw them away, whatever you want to do. But each of the letters have those, and they're really fun to hang on to. And there's O. And then the inside of the O, and the O has it on both sides, okay? There are some cutouts here for the cherubs. You can either do this part first, or you can wait until after. It's up to you what you want to do. You could cut these all out individually. I don't really feel the need to do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly take off the excess like this. Now this stuff is real thick. It's not as sticky as regular vinyl, but you have to be careful because of that textured bit. It can be a little confusing when you're taking it off. That maybe it might not weed properly, so you just have to kind of keep an eye on your, especially like in these little crevices where your angels are, like behind the necks and between the hands and stuff. Okay, so here we go. Just removing all this excess vinyl. All right, there we go. One thing that I noticed here, and if this is something that bothers you, you see how it tunneled even after I took that off. You can lift these up with your weeding tool. You're going to end up doing that anyway before you put it on, but if it makes you happy, or you're coming back to this part of the project, you can do that even here with my little cherub. Okay, so there they are, all weeded. Now at this point you can use transfer tape if you want to, or you can just place them by hand if you have a really good eye, and you're steady. You can do this by hand, which I am going to show you how to do, since we've shown you how to use transfer tape before, so I figured I'd show you this way. I would not recommend this if you are not steady, or you're pretty new at it, or if maybe you're using a thinner vinyl. Okay, so this is pretty thick. Yes, you're right, there's a little bit I have to weed. Okay, so we're going to take each of the letters, and as I mentioned before, I kind of leave this bottom part sort of blank, and I line it up. With me, I'm lining it up on the scallop with just my eye, and then press down like this. This is called textured metallic vinyl. Okay, and we'll just continue to do that until all of the pieces have, all of the banner pieces have their little individual things. So I'm lining it up sort of at that first full scallop edge. Okay. And if you had felt, or you wanted to do this in felt, this vinyl does stick very well to felt. As I mentioned before, that's how I started with this project. And I still have that banner, but gosh, I can't find it. I still have that banner. And look, I put this on sort of kind of crooked. This vinyl, as long as you don't push it down, which I kind of did, this vinyl can lift a little bit. So if you mess it up, like I just did, you can lift it up sometimes. Now, don't be writing me letters saying, that's not a good tip, Rita, because it lifted my paper or whatever. And just saying, sometimes if you mess up because you're talking too much like me, you could try it. Or you could leave it crooked. That's up to you. All right. And let's see. The O. Oh, now you're back. Now you're back and you want to be nice and get some loves, right? After being so playful. I think the snow makes them super playful, and then they get into things. They become puppies. Oops. Why is this O giving me a hard time? Weird. Okay. Well, we'll just do it that way. Okay. And then the last two are our cherubs, which Dawn pointed out that there was a little piece there, so it got that off. And the cherubs are a little harder. Make sure you don't, rip off a wing or a tootsie or, or their cute little bow. And these guys, I put them sort of wherever I want to, because, hey, we can do things the way we want to, right? All right. So, there's the second one coming up. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, they're playing. I don't know what's going on. All right. So, let's put this guy here. And then we have our whole banner. Yeah, it's perfect, right? And let's put it in order. So we got, let me go up a little bit. So we have our right-facing Cupid, L-O-V-E, and then our left-facing Cupid. And then we're just going to take a strand of this twine. And again, you don't have to use this twine. You can use whatever twine you want to use. And I always start from the right side. I don't know why I do that, but I do. And I put in the hole and string it through the back so you don't see that string, unless you want to see the string. But personally, I don't like to see that. And then we continue on with the next one, under and then up. Like this. Right? And if you were really picky and you wanted to make sure the letters stay in place, you could put little knots here, or you could even glue them, but I'm not that way. I just put them up sort of like curtains, and then I just straighten them out afterwards. So if you're that picky, you could do that. Like, that's something my sister would do because she's super OCD. All right, so almost done. Go through that hole, come around back, come out this way. And by the way, if it's really kind of stringy like this, you can put a little piece of tape on there to help you string it through. It's kind of like a shoelace with an eyelet. Or you can just fold it like this, like I'm doing. All right. That's it. And that's our banner. Now, in less than, a half hour, and that's with me talking and yelling at my dogs, I have made this really adorable banner out of this awesome textured metallic. So if you have a roll of textured metallic vinyl hanging around, then here is a perfect opportunity to use it with paper and to make this project. Again, this is a project that I developed, so I'm going to give it to you, but you could come and make it on your own, because I showed you where we got it from. And that is, remember, when you go up here and you look at this image, and this is my image, but you'll see we got the pennants from Pretty Pennants. The circle is from Basic Shapes. The Cupids are from Cupid Silhouettes, and the LOVE is from the Valentine's Day image set, okay? And I will, once we get done with the live video, I'll put the link to this project there, okay? So that is the lesson today for Wednesday. Tomorrow, we are going to make another Valentine's Day card. I'm trying to decide which one I want to make. It's a toss-up between some punny Valentines that I wanted to show you an image set called Punny Valentines, or some from Rob and Bob. So if you have a thought or you have a request, be sure to weigh in on that, okay? And that's it for today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful, whether it's snowing where you are, hi Penny, oh yay, or it's not snowing where you are and it's beautiful sunny weather. I hope you have a wonderful day crafting. Try to get some crafting in if you can. It always makes the day brighter. All right, everyone. You have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully. Take care.